Hello friends, welcome to Tips and Tricks in Mathematics. This is for class 10 students and the topic of discussion is quadratic equations. What is a quadratic equation? When the degree of polynomial is 2, we get a quadratic equation. Here we see that x to the power 2, x is the variable here, and since its power is 2, the equation is quadratic. Now the question comes, why we are giving so much emphasis to a quadratic equation? Because these equations can be manipulated easily as compared to higher order equations. For example, if we take a cubic polynomial or a fourth order polynomial, then finding analytical solution or plotting a graph becomes more difficult. Whereas for a quadratic polynomial, it can be handled easily, or even a linear polynomial, it can be handled very well. And also graphical techniques can be easily applied to a quadratic equation. Let us solve a quadratic equation through factorization method. Here we need to solve 2x squared plus 7x plus 5 equal to 0. It means we need to find the roots of this equation. So there will be two values of x at which this quadratic equation becomes valid. In factorization method, we split the middle term into two values. I'll give one example here. First, we need to find the product between 2 and 5, which is 10. That is, first we multiply 2, which is the coefficient of x square, and the constant term, we get a product 10. Now we have to split 7x into two parts such that their sum will be 7 and the product will be 10. Immediately two numbers come into our mind, 2 and 5. If we add 2 and 5, we get 7, and if we multiply 2 and 5, we get 10. So our splitting term will be 2x and 5x. So 2x squared plus 2x plus 5x, we have split this 7x into two parts. Other terms remain same. Now we take 2x as common, and here 5 will be common. So we get x plus 1 identical expression. So if the splitting is correct, we should get two identical expressions here, which again can be taken as common. So x plus 1 is common, we get the balanced terms 2x plus 5, this should be 0. And two factors becoming 0, we can say that either of them or both of them are 0. That is, 2x plus 5 is 0 or x plus 1 is 0. So this gives x equal to minus 5 by 2 and x equal to minus 1. So they are the roots of the equation. To have a check, we can just plug in the value of minus 1 here and see. So minus 1 the whole square is 1. So this becomes 2. This becomes minus 7 and plus 5. So 5 plus 2, 7 minus 7 is 0. So x equal to minus 1 is indeed the root of this equation. Similarly, we can check for x equal to minus 5 by 2. Those who feel that this factorization method is a bit difficult, we have a direct formula through which we can get the roots of the equation. So if the quadratic equation in standard form is given as ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, then its roots are given by x equal to minus b plus minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Here a word of caution, friends, we have term plus minus. What does it mean? It means x will be first minus b plus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a, and another x will be minus b minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So basically this contains two terms which will be the roots of this particular quadratic equation. Here one very important term is there, b square minus 4ac inside the square root term. This particular term b square minus 4ac is called as the discriminant, and we denote it by capital letter D. So what does it do? Why it is so important? If you notice that If we compute b square minus 4ac and it happens to be less than 0, then square root of a negative number is not defined and we will not get any roots. That is why if the discriminant is less than 0, we see here in this table, there will be no real roots. And what happens if b square minus 4 becomes 0? Then this root term will get cancelled and we will only have minus b by 2a. So there will be two roots for d equal to 0 and both will be minus b by 2a. And when b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, square root will be a valid term and we will get two distinct real roots. Let us solve a problem. Here we have defined a quadratic equation px square plus 3x minus 4 and we want to get the value of p such that this quadratic equation has equal roots. Friends, we know that for equal roots discriminant should be 0. So we write d equal to 0. What is d? B square minus 4ac equal to 0. So what are b, a and c? We know from the standard quadratic equation. A is p, b is 3 and c is minus 4. Now we substitute value of a, b, c into this equation. So b square will be 3 square minus 4, a is p and c is minus 4. This is equal to 0. Solving is p equal to minus 9 by 16. We solve another problem and see the application of the quadratic equation. The sum of two numbers is 23 and their product is 60. Find the numbers. Let the numbers be x and y. Then from this condition, sum of two numbers is 23, we get x plus y equal to 23. And their product is 60, so x into y is 60. Now how to solve this? We will use the substitution method here to solve the pair of linear equations. We will write here y here is 60 by x and substitute this in this equation. So we will get x plus 60 by x equal to 23. Now we have converted the equation into a one variable only and we can solve this. In this equation we multiply by x throughout. So this term will become x square, this will become 60 and this will be 23x. When we bring it on the left side we will get this equation. X square minus 23x plus 60 is equal to 0. Now we need to solve this. How to solve this? How to solve x square minus 23x plus 60 equal to 0? We use the factorization method here. And the product here, first we need to find. Product will be 1 into 60, which is 60. This is the product value. Now we need to split the middle term, 23x, such that its addition should be minus 23 and its product should be 60. Immediately 20 and 3 comes into our mind. If we put minus 23 as minus 20 and minus 3, their product will be 60 and their sum will be minus 23. So we split minus 23x as minus 3x minus 20x. Other two terms remain same. This is the factorization method. So we write x as common, x minus 3 minus 20 x minus 3. Again this is a checkpoint. We get two similar expressions here. So it means our splitting is correct. Now again we take x minus 3 as common and balance x minus 20 and equate it to 0. This means either x minus 20 is 0 or x minus 3 is 0. So we get x equal to 20 and x equal to 3. So the two numbers are 20 and 3. We just cross check it. Their sum is 23 and their product is 60. This concludes this particular topic of discussion. Friends, I request you to subscribe my channel so that I can send the latest videos to you without any delay. Further, I request you to give a thumbs up to my video if you really like it and found it helpful. Thank you very much.